can see now when he goes up to the podium. Why? But tonight the big question is, has he got 7 shots in his 6th gun? Can he spur on his team to victory? Will he set this saloon on fire? Ladies and gentlemen, Mick Sheils.
Good night, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
So Mick, would you use the microphone, please?
Oh yeah, right. Can you hear me, yeah? I'd like to say something just before I start. Last September, it was on a Saturday morning, my doorbell rang. I answered the door and it was the late, great Tommy Murray. He was on his way into the junior writer group in the town, which he conducted every Saturday morning. But he had with him a box, and it was the trophy for the Battle of the Boots. You can all see it there. He came to me and he said, Mickey, he said, you can hold on to this book, or hold on to this trophy for 3 months. And he left the instructions. I was to hand it over then to Frank Murphy, and I was to tell Frank to make sure that they asked for it back. So after the 3 months anyway, I tried to give it to Frank, and Frank didn't want it. I don't know why. But maybe tonight our prayer will be answered. We might give it to him tonight. My piece is titled Celtic Bull, and whenever you tell me the time, keep tells you go. Celtic Bull. The Celtic tiger may be dead and gone, and with Ozymandias in his grave. But out here in Navan, he's been replaced by a bull. More of a calf, really. There's bits of him missing, if you know what I mean. But we won't linger on that any longer, lest we disturb the ladies. He's out there on the square, arse to the wind, whichever way it's blowing these days. And the chill got into him, looking for the live experts. The foot and mouth of him. For years we could see him coming, but were somewhat surprised to see him accompanied by 2 personal carers and provided with 3 green patches and a wooded area to shelter from the extremities. And the irony of it all, a bank at both ends and a bypass with as much traffic as a witch's tit in a Miss World contest. As to his pedigree, I leave to the imagination. Some Charole up in Kilseely, and a mother that would low for Ireland. When I called the council to complain, they said they were only flushing out the system again, and we're flush at the moment. Anyway, thank you very much. What with the property tax and the 100% compliance rate, they had to spend money somehow. Maybe fly out to New York to buy doorknobs, or commission a piece of music for the masses. Make them forget the hunger. Any suggestions? As to a service charge for the bull, well, if a seminal moment were to present itself, and there weren't any other disagreements, then there was no reason why he couldn't be loaned out to the farmers. There was nothing like keeping it in the family, if you know what I mean. As to the health and safety concerns, that he might get up on someone's back, well, that's a risk they'd have to take. And besides, he'd been getting up on everyone else's back for years, and you didn't hear them complain. Oh, the farmer should take careful handling, all right. And think of the employment he'll create, the revenue. Though if the dirt collectors were to come out, and that manure was to get into the banks, and there was a fodder shortage, where would we be? Oh, wait, that manure has gone into the banks. I'm having an off-and-a-go moment here. I lay awake the other night trembling that he was going to eat me out of house and home. The sheriff was coming to evict me. But oh, wait, I am the sheriff. I was thinking of hiding in the fridge. But with the electricity off and the heating cost these days, the last time I opened the door, somebody says, "Hello, guess who?" in an epiphany moment it came to me, an Irish solution for an Irish problem. I read of a man somewhere who sold the Eiffel Tower, and of a like mind, I'd sell the bull. Put him up on eBay. But the Germans just said, hello, pixies. And the Poles said they had enough bull of their own. And besides, he'd been neutered anyway. And even with the teaser of the Battle of the Books trophy, which I've been the keeper of since our glorious victory in this very room last year, they weren't buying. And besides, residue from the geraniums was a little off-putting, to say the least. But what can you do? Entrusted with its safekeeping by the late, great Tommy Murray. Every waking moment I've been terrified that it might be stolen or smuggled across the border into Bohermeen or up to Galtrim. And you know yourself, people have gone in there and haven't come out in over 400 years, swearing they were talking to you yesterday. More bull. Look it. We could do you a deal. If you were to take him here in trim, and let's face it, you are more used to bull than we are. We could throw in the Battle of the Books trophy for free. It's the only way you are going to get it anyway. Build a ballroom of romance for him, or have a new festival. More cows, make a Neolithic balls of it, or tell the Americans they can run with the bull, and if they make it up Market Street, they can keep him. He'd look lovely on a roundabout. And if we could go back to the public toilets and the bit of Banta with the chips. And God knows we'd have enough bull to last us for years. Good luck to ye now, lads. Thank you.
Very good, thanks, Mick. I should have explained that the judges have had the material that's been read here tonight. They've had it for nearly 2 days, so they're not reading it cold, and they're able to see. It's difficult to take it all in, especially when it's so subtle like Mick's there. Right, we'll take some comments now from Cormac.
Michael, thanks very much. I'm still trying to figure out the analogy of as much traffic as the witches tit in the Miss World contest. And as you were reading it, that there isn't a witch. That's the yeah. Okay, got it then.
There's not much traffic on the road, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Witches usually are.
And you wouldn't have too many witches. And you wouldn't have too many witches at the work Miss World. Right? Yeah, that's it. It was a wee bit slow there, you know. I must say, no, it was an excellent satirical piece of the demise of the Celtic tiger, so well done, really enjoyed it. Mind you, the denizens of Galtrim would be less pleased with your reference to the fact that they sound like monk savages up there, and I don't live too far from them. So, yeah. Anyway, Mick, it was very well done, and I award you a score of 8 out of 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, just wanted to say, first of all, how I came to be in this job is I got a call from Paddy Smith 3 or 4 days ago to say, Peter, we're stuck for somebody just to come in and judge on the night of the Battle of the Books. Would you just come in and give marks? I said, that's grand, of course, well, anything to help. And then, having lured me into it with diabolical cunning, he said, you have to be part of the entertainment. You're supposed to be difficult, and you're supposed to be narky. And I said, who else is doing it? Cormac O'Reilly, and he suggested that I could be the Simon Cowell of the operation, which would have Cormac the Cheryl Cole. He also he told me that the competitors had 365 days to compose their pieces, but we got 24 hours to judge them, which I thought was a little unfair because we have to produce a criticism of all these very fine pieces of writing in that period. And I'd like to just start by saying that it takes great courage for all the writers here to produce the pieces, and it takes greater courage to stand up in front of what will be a literary audience and to deliver them. And I want to congratulate each and every one of them, even before they have spoken, on their courage. In respect of Michael's piece, and I might be a harder marker than Cormac, I would say that it's nicely and elegantly written piece. I suppose I would expect satire would normally be directed at individuals or institutions, and when I say institutions, I mean perhaps churches, governments, etc. At this stage, we're all pretty sick and tired of kicking the banks around the place. Jim Fitzsimons, who was our TV and MEP from Navan for a long time, I remember telling him one time that once a year he would do a speech in the Dáil in which he would attack the banks, because he said that he would always get good publicity for attacking the banks and they would never attack you back. But anyhow, as I say, it's a nice, elegant piece, it's well written, and I'm particularly delighted to see the reference to my late friend, the great Tommy Murray. I know that Paddy has already spoken about him, but I would like to add my sentiment to that. I'm awarding 6 marks on this.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Now, the first competitor from the Boyne Writers Group. Do you want your time?
I just... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.